Hey guys, it's tug time. Thank you very much, very much for joining us. So last time, you know, like there's a continued, like last time, we were doing scrapping with the Salvador collector. This time, we need to clean those dishes. So come on back with us. We're gonna be checking out Champion and checking out our door type. It's really cool. All right, guys, here we are in front of our DH-6000T VHR. Boy, that's a lot of letters, and what does that mean? What does it mean? I don't know what that means. So the DH is our door type, right? Our 6000 is our model, the series that it is. This is our newest type, and then T. What could that be for? So typically, when you turn on, or when you have dish machines and you open it up, this is about the max that it goes, right? So if you need to do a sheet pan, you can't really get a sheet pan in there. So typically what people will do is they'll kind of come around, they'll put a sheet pan like this, and then they'll close the unit and let it do its thing. It's a 1 minute cycle or so, one at a time. That's not what we have to do, okay? What we get to do, let me grab this, let me grab a rack. We can do up to 4 sheet pans at a time. Now, it will fit more in the rack, okay? But I'm gonna tell you, do 4 only. Okay, now there's gonna be enough room, and look at how much taller I can open it. It slides in with those vertical, and now you can put down and go. Pretty cool, huh? What's that VHR part? VHR is ventless heat recovery, okay? Think of this as a, almost like a refrigerator, okay? What's happening is, up here, see this kind of section right here? It's a little tall. It's not because of the tall thing. This is actually the VHR part. So this is a high temp dish machine. High temp dish machines are always going to need to have a hood, right? You have this heated moisture. It needs to be captured and sucked out. Not with us, because this is capturing it. And another really cool thing about this capturing it is instead of it being a hot water inlet to this machine, this is a cold water inlet to this machine. So typically with a hot water machine, you're gonna have water coming from a boiler of some type, a hot water heater. Usually gets there about 120 to the machine. There's either an external heater or there's an internal heater, or sometimes even both, that's going to bump it up to that final rinse of 180. That's the temp that it needs to be with 180. Typically it even is a little bit higher to make sure the plate gets to 180. Trust, okay? Trust. It really needs to be 160, just trust, okay? So with this, instead of that just steam going away and going up the vent cowls or going up a hood, we are capturing that. You'll hear a fan suck on. What it's doing is it's taking that, it's putting the cold water that's coming in to kind of go through that. That water now gets heated up. We're using that. What ends up coming out, that backside of this fan is really about 70 some odd degree air coming out. So it's almost like an AC unit, just not working that hard. But man, the dish pit will love it because you're not getting that steam out. So that's the VHR part. This, what's this? What could this be? Why do we have this weird thing? That's to lock the machine during the VHR to make sure that it has time to be able to recover. So if it doesn't capture that steam and you just open that door up anyways, then you're gonna lose all that recovery. The steam, the water's not gonna be coming in hot enough. That would be a problem, right? Okay, so some things I wanna show you guys. Come on down here. Let's pretend that I'm gonna turn this off real quick and we'll make it look like we are starting it. I'm gonna do it real quick because as soon as I turn this off, it's gonna start to drain. It's an automatic function. It is not like where you have to turn it off here and then hit another drain in there and stick your hand in there. Nope, so I'm gonna turn it off. You'll hear kind of quickly, but I don't want it to do too much, so I'm gonna turn it on. This is what it's gonna look like when it's turning on. Just like your cell phone, your computer, whatever, it's gonna go through a little startup to make sure everything's okay. And since I didn't really drop much, if any, water, a little bit went down, it's showing we're at 166. Typically when you turn this on, it's gonna be around whatever your incoming water is, so about 70-ish some odd degrees, okay? The preheat for this, because we're not doing hot water in, it's about 20 minutes. But everybody's used to coming in and turning everything on early in the morning anyways. That's a fine thing, okay? So 150 needs to be our wash temp, and 180 is our rinse. It'll actually sense and make sure that those minimums are getting hit. Other neat things, right? So if I were to want to start this, I'd hit this. This is the only time you have to do it. Once you've hit this, now every time you close the door, it'll start a new cycle. You can change from 1 minute to 2 minute to 4 minute to 6 minute, and you can come on back around to the 1, okay? It's telling us we're ready. We can go ahead and hit start, and it would start. Other things I want to show you while we're down here, though. So this I/O is some diagnostics. Within the maintenance, there's diagnostics in the service, right? Yeah, the maintenance. There's diagnostics in there. The machine's going to tell you when it's having a problem. It's going to tell you that this heater is out. It's going to tell you anything along those lines, okay? We have manuals. There's turnover in dish pits. There's always turnover in any restaurant, but there's turnover back there because it's kind of a crappy job, truthfully, right? So here are manuals within this. You can see the operation, and it'll give you step-by-step on what to do to make this work, right? And we can get back out, and it does the same thing for cleaning. Step by step on what to do and how to clean it. Okay? So, we have these here all the time. People don't read it. They don't care. Why would I want to read that? I can go through this. Another thing we can do, right? So, I'm going to have Tucker back up here a second. Do you see this D-line? This machine has an automatic D-line feature. Not automatic, but it'll actually do a D-line cycle. It'll tell it you want to start it, and then it will do it, and it just does it. It tells you when to put in the deliming solution. It tells you everything to do, and it takes, I can't remember, maybe 20, 25 minutes, maybe total. But if you take a look in here, and I'm going to get these back out of the way, this looks kind of like a new unit. This unit is 4 to 5 years old. It's not that I'm taking amazing care of it. It's not that I am in here buffing and scrubbing and trying to get after the line that builds up within these. If you take a look down here, probably turn on a light, there we go. See that blue guy? We have another black one on the other side that holds salt. That's our water softener. It's a 3M product. But with the water softener, I am not exaggerating. I have not delimed this machine other than one time when that was the plug that it was plugged into for the water softener tripped, and I didn't notice it. And I started being like, well, it's starting to look a little white in there. Oh, that is the only time I've had to do the D-line. But to do the D-line, you go ahead and come here, you'd hit D-line, and I can't really start it because it's going to want to actually start, but you can hit start D-line, right? And it gives you that step-by-step walkthrough on it. So now, let's go ahead and wash something, okay? We're ready. We have the 1 minute cycle on. I'm going to go ahead and open up the door. We're going to put in the product because once again, remember, look at that. It fits. It fits. That's amazing. Put it down. It starts, okay? So now, I wonder what it's doing. Maybe I'm over here doing some other stuff. Maybe I've gone back out front and washed my hands and done something else. I don't know how long it's been. The lock is on. What time is it? Look at this, look at this. It's telling us what we're doing. It's washing, and then here in just a couple of seconds, it's going to show us that it's going to have a kind of a still point, and then it's going to say recovery with the rinse. It'll tell us all of this. And now it's done. So, if you want to come check this out, I'd love to have you in. I like having people, so I'm not just having to talk to just Tucker holding a camera. Please, come visit us. I'm begging you, come visit me. Okay. Thank you guys very much. You know what? I didn't give you a tug time tip, did I? I think it's time. It's time for another little tug time tip. When cleaning at the end of the day, right? We're going to take these screens. It tells you what to do. Just give a little wipe around the edge as well, because then that way, weirdly enough, this area right here doesn't really get washed often. You're going to have to do that. That's my tug time tip. It's simple. It's easy. Just give a little rub. Okay? Thank you guys very much for being with us. On to the next. Let's do this again sometime.